Hi ladies, welcome to the mock launch party. I created this so that you will have a place to go to have resources and everything all in one place. This is definitely a blueprint. You don't have to use everything in this party. You don't have to use anything in this party if you don't want to. I just wanted a place for you to go so that you didn't feel like you had no idea what you were doing. And the best way to kind of get started is to follow a party that your sponsor is doing. And I know that's not always, the timing doesn't always match up to when you want to start your launch party and when your sponsor is starting a party. So that's the purpose of this. I start all my parties on Sunday nights. That's just a personal choice because I feel like most people are at home on Sunday nights and they're watching TV, scrolling on Facebook. I have girls on my downline that start their parties on Friday nights and they're extremely successful. So I would decide what night you kind of want, what night works for you to start parties, and I would start all your parties on that day if possible. You're gonna have a hostess that doesn't want to start her parties on a Sunday, she wants to start it on a Monday, and you'll be flexible because you want her to host a party. But the reason I say pick a day is because right now you're gonna do one party at a time, but next month or next week you might want to do 2 parties a week or 3 parties a week or 4 parties a week. There's a girl in my downline that does 12 parties a week. That is insanity to me. There's no way I could keep up with that. So I like to do 2 or 3, sometimes 5 parties a week. And that might sound overwhelming, but really I start them all at the exact same time. So it's more of a just copy paste to 5 different parties. It's really like hosting one party. But it is harder to make those connections with the customers and the people in the party when you have so many going on. So kind of keep that in mind. All right, so I wanted to tell you a few little things that help me stay organized. This is certainly not the end all be all, but this is what helps me. And I have my handy dandy Jamberry notebook that I bought at Target, and I keep all my life in here. So I keep my weekly to-do list, and I have a lot of responsibilities now that I have a team. So like I pray for all of you guys once a week. I don't know if you like that or not, but sorry. And I make goals to private message girls that are in their fast start and then my leaders, and I have a day that I mail everything, and I have a day that I post on my VIP parties and stuff like that. So I would kind of think about what you want to do, what day is convenient for you to go to the mail room and stuff like that. I picked Mondays and Thursdays because I know I have play dates with my daughters and I know I'm going to be out those days. So I also keep in my notebook, I keep all the girls that ordered for my very first launch party. Those are like my VIP girls. I want to make sure that they are happy, and if they need any more jams, they're ordering them from me. So this is kind of chaotic, but I have like my long-term Jamberry goal, or these are goals that I've already met, but these are my monthly goals. I have little sticky notes, like it's organized chaos is what it is. And then I have my Hawaii trip bubbles, and then I have a bunch of to-do lists. I have running lists. I have potential hostesses, potential new team members, girls that I need to follow up with. Like I keep all that, in here, like things I want to get done, yada yada. So I recommend finding something that's going to work for you, that's going to keep all your business in one location. I also recommend having a calendar. I'm not really one that goes and fills everything out like every day. Like I started to do that, I have highlights and all this stuff, but I didn't keep up with that. But what I do like to look at and mark is my monthly calendar. So, I have play dates and all kinds of things scheduled in here, and when parties start and when I need to follow up with people and stuff like that. When you start, it's going to be easy to follow up with people because you're going to have a small customer base. But once you start doing more parties and more parties and more parties, you're going to want to write those things down and make sure that you are following up, because this is a customer care business. It's direct sales. You're kind of selling yourself, and why should they buy from you and not the girl down the street? You want to definitely follow up and make sure your host, or not your host, well, yes, your hostesses, and all your customers feel like you are there for them 100%. So, but if you're not a paper person, you know, use apps and whatnot, whatever you feel comfortable using, you know, your phone, live and die by your phone. Oh, if you don't have the Messenger app downloaded on your phone, download it, because people are going to be messaging you, I'm going to be messaging you, and you want to get that immediate, you know, response. And when you're with your family, turn your phone off, turn it on silent. We all understand, you know, hopefully you understand that. Like, I'm going to turn my phone off, and I'm not going to talk to you until later that night or the next day. And if it's a true jam emergency, go to our team page and ask there. That's always an option. Okay, one thing that I do is I keep these things. I have 3 of these. And one thing you're definitely going to want to do is save every Jamberry receipt. Every time you buy stamps, every time you buy pins, every time you buy thank you cards, every time you go to lunch and you talk about Jamberry. I'm not really sure if those are write-offs, but I'm saving them. And I know my husband and my tax man will let me know. So mine is kind of chaotic because I put them in here and then I upload them to my TaxBot app, which you get for free with Jamberry. So you need to make sure you download that, use that. You have to put away your own taxes. So be thinking about that. That whole check is not yours. Part of it belongs to the government. All right, so this is one thing that helps me stay organized. This is my thank you card prize keeper. So in here, I have the pen that I used to pre-write my thank you cards. And I'll just tell you what I say, because I know it's kind of hard to get started whenever you're not sure what to say. So mine says blank, what? That hit the floor. I'll just pull another one out. Okay. I have a blank spot at the top. Please don't make fun of my handwriting. It says, thanks so much for joining in the fun at the Jamberry party. Congrats on winning your jams. Please share a photo of them when you get them on. Love ya, Ash Lee. I didn't really say love you, I just did a heart. So I like to keep it general because some of my prizes are petty sheets and some of them are mani sheets and some of them are accent nails. Most of them are accent nails. Do not start giving away full sheets of Jamberries. Even half sheets, that's way too much. Because a lot of the people you're not going to hear from ever again. But you want to write down everybody's name that you send a sample to or a prize to because they are automatic follow-up. You need to make sure they got it. Once they got it, 2 weeks later, you need to make sure they put them on. And then 2 months later, you need to make sure if they need any more. So that's the 222 follow-up, which we'll talk about later. So I have these pre-written. I do these on Wednesday nights while my husband's watching Survivor or football or whatever the heck he's watching. Wednesday's like his TV night, and I can't really say anything about it because Thursday's my TV night, and I watch Grey's Anatomy. So I have like at least 50 of these written at all times. So in here, I have my thank you cards. I have my envelopes that already have my address on them. And I have these that explains what an accent sheet is. And I will put a file of this in the mock party. I have my business cards. You don't have to order your business cards right away. They kind of are expensive. So if you want to wait until you have marketing credit, you can totally do that. I don't feel like your business card is 100% necessary, especially if you are putting your website on there and your contact information on this sheet. I have samples in here. I have both sets of samples in here. And I have stamps in here. So I have all of these things ready to go so that when on Monday mail out, I can grab this, log my kid in the car, and write these, you know, when I get to the mail room or whatever, you know, whatever. So I like to have this all in one spot. I was running around like a mad woman when I first started because there's a lot of stuff to put in an envelope. And you can pre-stuff them. I haven't gone that far yet because then you still have to pull out everything and write their name on the thank you card. So for me, when I figured this system out, it was a huge time saver for me. You do not want to sit in front of your computer all day, every day, waiting for the next sale. You will go mad. You need to have your life. You need to have your kid time, your husband time, your whoever, significant other time. You know, you need to go do things. You don't need to just sit at home and wait for the next sale because you will go crazy. So you need to work smarter, not harder. So that is kind of why I was sharing these tips with you. Oh, I forgot one thing. I like to do, you're going to see this in the mock party, I like to do a nail prep kit for the first 2 girls that order. So what is a nail prep kit? So I have these long envelopes. They're just like the regular business envelopes. I have already my address on there. I put in a host join brochure. You're going to get these in your kit, I think like 25. And you can always order more with your marketing credit that you're going to earn because your sales are going to be so high. And then also this is a gifter envelope. And these you can get with your marketing credit. So inside, I put things in there for the first 2 ladies that order. And I post that on the second day because you want people to order early. Like, you don't want them to wait till Deal or No Deal to order. You want them, because once one lady orders, it's like a waterfall. They see, oh, she ordered. Okay, well, I need to get some. Okay, so this is what I'll tell you what I included when I first started and then what I include now. Don't feel like you need to give them the world. You don't. An orange stick, you're gonna get a ton of these in your kit. Cheap file. I got these, I think at Target, and I got like 10 of them for $1, and maybe even more, I'm not sure. And I've had girls cut these in half. That's too much effort for me. So, a file, alcohol swab. You can order these. I don't think you can order these with your marketing credit, but you could go to Target and get cheap ones. I don't, just because I like the Jamboree logo on there. And then an accent nail sheet. This is optional. You don't have to put that in there with it. And then a business card, an accent nail explaining what it is, and directions. I also include this now in my nail prep kits, just because I ordered a ton of them and I was like, well, what am I going to do with these now? So now I put them in my nail prep kit. I've never had one person complain about the nail prep kit, even when it was just these 3 things. I didn't include accent nails. I just put these little things that's probably a value of $1. I don't even know. And I've never actually had anybody complain about their price ever. Like, you're giving them free stuff. I mean, you didn't have to give them something for ordering. Hello. But you are wanting to build a business that is satisfied customers, and you want to be the girl that they reorder from because you send them bonus accent nails to practice on or whatnot. Okay, so I feel like this is definitely long enough. And so anyways, I just want to share my tips and tricks with you. Please do not comment on the party. If you have a question, then comment on the question post. Because if you comment on a game like, please explain this to me, then that's going to throw off the whole order of the party, and I'm going to want to scream. So please don't do that. All right, so if you have questions, please do ask, just not in the party. All right, thanks, ladies.